大家好，我是 All Branch Allen. So people ask this question a lot: is how often should I be exercising? Should I exercise every day, or maybe 3 times a week? And the answer actually depends. So the key concept that you want to understand is that as intensity goes up, then the frequency needs to go down. And as you want to keep it more regular, so you're doing it every day, then the intensity has to go down. So they're inversely proportional. The reason why is because as your intensity goes up, you're actually causing a lot of damage to the body. That's a lot of stimulation that the body needs to adapt or repair itself so that can be ready again for another training session. So if it's really strong workout, then you need more time to recover. Versus if your exercise is jogging, and you can do it every day because you're not really doing that much damage to the muscle or to your metabolism. Whereas if you're doing something like high intensity weight training, then you're really making a lot of micro traumas into the muscle fibers, and they do require more time for it to repair itself and then get stronger. The second point that is really important for you to understand is the idea of genetics. Everybody responds to exercise very differently. It's a huge variation. So some people can actually weight train once every 2 weeks and still make gains. Whereas other people who are like fast responders, they can actually do weight training 5 to 6 times a week and they'll still do really well. For example, bodybuilders in competitions. So it's really important for you to be able to have a workout log, something that you can track progress so that you can actually determine what is the optimum frequency for this type of workout for you. So this is actually why weight training is such a really good workout, type of workout, because not only is it high intensity, meaning that it's very time efficient, you don't need to spend a lot of time working out and not a lot of frequency required. But also it's easy to track because you can just write down the number of sets and the number of reps and the weight that you're doing. And then it's very clear whether you're making progress or not. Versus something like a group class or something that's not as easy to track progress. And then you don't really know whether you're making progress or not. There's so much variation into the routine. And then you can't really track what is the optimum frequency because you don't actually even know your intensity level. The last point I want you to consider is your own psychology. A lot of people actually cannot stick to such an infrequent schedule. They need to exercise every day so that they can stick to the routine. Once they start to break that routine, that everyday thing that they have to do, then they can't actually stick to any plan and they fall apart. Then so everything falls apart, their whole plan, and they don't even feel motivated to work out anymore. So it's actually very important to know how your brain works. If you actually are that type of person, then consider going every day. But just remember the first principle, meaning that if you are going to exercise more regularly, just dial down the intensity, otherwise you will risk overtraining. That's it, guys. So in conclusion, just remember these 3 points is that number 1 is the first principle, that higher the intensity, the lower the frequency. Number 2, know your genetics, how quickly you respond to exercise and how much rest you need. And thirdly, know your psychology, how much of a everyday habit do you need in order for you to stick to it or not. That's it, guys. I hope you found that useful. As always, please leave any questions in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.